now I'm gonna put the okras in it, which is this. I'm gonna put the okras in it, and then I'm gonna start seasoning it up with my scallion, my thyme, all those good stuff, and I'm gonna get back to you guys so you can see. So far this is what I've done. I've only put the corn on it, and the carrots are on the bottom. The carrots are on the bottom because I don't want the fish to stick. So I use the carrot to base the bottom of the pot, and then I put my fish on top, and I got my little piece of salmon, my son's piece of salmon over here, and I got, you know, just the corn, the carrots, and the fish is in the pot right now. So I'm gonna come back and see you guys in a moment. Okay, people, so these are the seasoning, the powder seasoning. I'm gonna take this out. These are the powder seasoning I'm gonna be using to make my steamed fish. I'm trying these two, the Obey and the Cajun seasoning. I'm trying these two. I don't normally use these in my food when I cook, but we tried to make a low country boil the other day and we had seasoning, so I said might as well just try using it. But normally I just use the garlic powder, the natural seasoning, and the Miss Dash table blend, original blend, and the garlic herb, and then of course black pepper and my fish tea. Normally these are the only ones I use. Normally those are my only seasoning that I use in anything that I'm cooking. Anything, doesn't matter what it is, fish, chicken, beef, whatever. These 5 seasonings are all I use. I don't use a lot of powder seasoning. Well, I try not to use a lot of powder seasoning, but cooking steamed fish, you have to make sure that sucker tastes good. So I use these powder seasonings, and then I'm trying the Obey and the Cajun. I have my okra to cut up and to put in it, and then I have over here, I have my seasoning that I already cleaned up. These are the scallion, thyme, sweet pepper, tomato, onions. I have these cut up sitting in water to cut those up on top of it. And again, I have my steamed fish, I have my fish, my corn, and carrots in the pot already. And in a minute, I'm just gonna start putting everything on it. And once I'm done putting everything in it, I'll come back and let you guys see how I did it. Once again, I am not a chef. I am not a pro cooker. I don't work for a restaurant. This is just how I make my steamed fish. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and put all my seasoning and all my stuff in it, butter and everything, and then I'll come back and let you guys see what I do before I start, like right before I start, but how it looks right before I turn the stove on so it can go start cooking. Okay people, so this is what my pot looks like so far with just the seasoning, the green seasoning. That's my scallion, my thyme, my okra, my tomato, my corn. Yes, it looks a little bit green because I did put a lot of okra in it. Don't come for me talk about, oh, you don't cook steamed fish like that because you don't put so much okra in there. Well, my husband and my brother love okra, so I have to put a lot of it in there because they love it. I personally, I don't like these little nasty things. I don't eat them. I don't like them. I pick them out. But I'm not cooking for myself alone. So they love it. So I did put a lot. When I say a lot, like a whole bag of okra in it because they actually love it. I don't like it, but they do. So I have to cook. I can pick them out. It's not that serious. And now I'm going to go ahead and put my seasonings that I use. These are all the seasoning I'm going to be using. And then I'm going to add butter. Butter is going to be my oil. When I'm making steamed fish, I use butter. I do not use oil. The butter gives it a better flavor to me, at least. To me personally, the butter gives it a better flavoring than if you put oil in it. So I don't use oil to make my steamed fish. Yes, you can. Yes, the fish is hidden. It's under all of this seasoning goodness. Once I start this pot and it starts to bubble, y'all will see. But I'm gonna put all these seasonings on it. I'm gonna sprinkle these stuff on it now so y'all can see. And this is the Grace fish tea flavor soup mix. This is what I use when I'm making steamed fish. This is a noodle I put in it. So Yeah, but that's what I do. Okay, people, so this is with just the fish tea, with just a fish tea flavored soup mix in it. When you guys, if you guys use it, you might get blocks. Just crush them up in it, like literally just break them, because they're not gonna break in the bag. Like if no matter how hard you try, they won't break up in the bag. So when you pour it out, you just have to literally go through and just break them up. My hand is clean. Both of them are, but I'm using this one to hold the phone, so I won't be putting this one in there. But yeah, so just use your hand and break up the seasoning so it doesn't sit in one place. When you use seasoning, you want it to sprinkle. If you just leave the blob in there, it literally is gonna cook in a blob until the water touches it, or the butter melts and the fish makes its own water, and it breaks it up. It's not gonna break up. So just use your hands and just go through, just take up the big chunks and just break them up. You don't have to break up every single bit, a piece of it. Just make sure you get it small enough where it can sprinkle. It can spread a little bit throughout your pot. Worse if you have a big pot like mine, because this is a fairly large pot. This is my bigger pot that I use to cook when I'm cooking fish. Okay, people, so this is what it looks like with all the seasoning. My hands are wet because I just washed them again. This is what it looks like with all the seasoning on it. I didn't bother using the Obey. Well, I did. I used a little bit of the Cajun one, but I didn't use a lot of it. I just used a little bit just to put a little bit more flavor in it. But this is what it looks like with the seasoning without anything on it. All I'm going to do now is put some butter in it, because the butter is my oil. Remember, I put the butter on top and let the butter simmer. Once the pot starts getting hot, I'll put the butter around it. Once the pot starts to get hot, the butter will melt. Obviously, the butter will melt and it'll get in the bottom to the carrots and the corn and eventually through the fish. But this is what it looks like. So once I'm going to turn the oven on, no, Roxy, the stove. I'm going to turn the stove on and let it start cooking, and then before I start cooking, I'm going to go ahead and put the butter on it, and I'll be right back. So people, I said I'm cooking steamed fish today, right? And guess what? I don't have any butter. So my husband just went out to go buy butter. So when he gets back, because I refuse to use oil. When he gets back, I'll come back and I'll show you guys how I do it with the butter. After I put the butter on top of it, how it looks. So he just left and he'll be back in about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. So I'll be back. So I got the butter and this is what it looks like. I'm gonna turn the stove on now. So the stove is on, but I got the butter and I put everything in it. So it has the corn. I ain't gonna go through all that it has in there because you saw it already, but it has everything. And yes, when I'm making steamed fish, I put everything. This is just how I do it. I put everything in. Corn, everybody goes in one time, and I close the pot, and that's about it. I let it start doing its thing. So I'll come back and let you guys see. Once again, this is just how I make my steamed fish. I'm not a chef. I'm not a cook. I don't cook for a restaurant. I don't do anything professional with cooking. This is just me at home, how I cook, okay? Just letting y'all know that, so nobody say, oh, you don't know how to cook steamed fish. And then come for me, I'm going to come back for you. So, yeah. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will come back with the end of how my steamed fish turned out, and y'all will see how it looked. But right now, I'm going to get out the pot and let it cook. The pot is, oh, it's steaming. Okay. So this is what it looks like. I don't use a fork in my steamed fish when I'm making it. I use the pot to stir it. So I'm going to show you how I do it. And that's how I stir my pot when I'm cooking, especially steamed fish. I don't use a fork in it because you don't want to break the fish. The fish is going to be soft. So you use I use the pot and just shake it around like this. The seasoning that's on top is going to go in the bottom, or it's going to fall to the bottom eventually. I can't see my glasses. It's foggy, man.
Why?
Shut up. Will you move with that? I'm gonna put a little bit of water in it because I want a little bit more gravy than this. So I'm gonna put a little bit of water in it just to get the seasoning to the bottom. I'm gonna turn the other burner. The pot to a bit. Okay.
Stop it.
So this is what I have so far. When I'm done, I'll come back and I'll let you guys see my end of me making my steamed fish. But this is, for the most part, what it's going to be looking like. But with everything all cooked. Okay. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. So, ooh. Woo! See? People come look for me. Come looking at me pot. Can y'all see? Can y'all see? Okay, this is my... Mommy? Yes, buds? This is my steamed fish. And I don't, as I said, I don't use spoon in my fish when I'm checking it. I don't use any kind of utensils in it. I just take the pot up and literally shake it around. Don't shake back and forth because you don't want to spill it on yourself, but you shake it around in a circle, it'll go around in the pot. But this is how my steamed fish look. Brother, you want to come try it for me? You know how to taste it? Right. Come taste something.
Why?
You not going to taste it?
No.
That means you're not going to eat none then.
No, I'm going to have it like.
Alright, run. Just come taste the gravy and tell me what it is. It's not pepper. It's not, it shouldn't be pepper. It shouldn't be pepper.
You're bad, man.
Alright, let the people see how it looks. And guys, this is my steamed fish. Yes, it's, I'm going to say almost done. I'm going to turn it off in about the next 5 minutes.
That look like it's done.
I'm gonna turn it off right now. So that's the end of it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what y'all think in the comment section. But that's how I make steamed fish. You see that? You see that? You see that? Look at Jesus. But yeah, so that's how I make steamed fish. Again, I am not a professional. I don't work at a restaurant. I don't cook for a restaurant. This is just how I cook it. If y'all got any questions, don't be scared to hit me up. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. The RB gang is here. Bye, guys.